Welcome back to Lucky
Tuesday!
That's right, another week stricken with luck. This week, we are feeling thankful though. So we here at Luck Studios want to thank Oda for supplying us with this internal struggle in this week's Zoro ranking. But before we can get to being thankful, we've got to talk about our losses. For instance, Chuck's team, the Kansas City Chiefs, lost their streak to the Bills. Granted, I struggle with the Bills every day, but let's focus on Zoro. During the Straw Hat's stay on Thriller Bark, Zoro lays his sword, Yabashiri, to rest. Much like the Kansas City Chiefs, Zoro had to lay his streak to rest. But I will note, I love my notes, Zoro has not lost a fight to anyone that has claimed to be a swordsman other than Mihawk. And yes, I'm caping for my guy. What you thought? But we're not here to talk about technicality.
What is it?
I do think Kuma did in fact put fear of God in Zoro, because Kuma had that boy trained, okay? I'm talking when Zoro is not sleeping or eating, my man was put him up, okay? In that weight room, getting his gains up. But the crew moves on and they head over to Sabaody. So after the crew links up with Hachi, they start to explore around Sabaody. They was having a grand old time. They met Dark King Silver's Rayleigh. They met the former princess of Amazon Lily. Like, they was having a time until PX4 was at their door and Zoro was shooken when he saw Kuma's face. Imagine being the big fish in a small pond. That's Zoro. In the East Blue, he rose to fame pretty quickly as the pirate hunter. And now here we are in the new world and he's getting force-fed some humble pie. Now Kuma not only put the pause on the Straw Hats, he also made Zoro endure all of the pain of his captor. That's still in Zoro's mental. Remember when Kuma gave him that little taste? Listen, Zoro's been trying to kick that taste. But Zoro is maturing right before our eyes. So in Sabaody, during this team-up, the Straw Hats fare pretty well. Yes, the battle is taxing, especially for Zoro. He did just take all of Luffy's pain and hasn't had much recovery time. So they all band together and they take down PX4. Zoro threw in a 600 caliber Phoenix to help put down PX4. But again, this is what I mean by Zoro was shook. During this team-up, PX4 was charging a hyper beam that made Zoro stop in his track. He almost took that head on. But listen, they shake off all of the nerves and they come together and the big three get it done. Thanks to Zoro's secret technique, Ashura 9 demon flashes was what helped bring down PX4. But the horrors don't stop there. Santamaru and PX1 have now entered the chat. Scared, tired, on the brink of death. There's no way the Straw Hats could take on another PX model, let alone this Santamaru. So the captain orders a retreat. This is the first tail tucking of the entire crew. So the Straw Hats split up into 3 groups. Zoro gets Usopp and Brook, and in the blink of an eye, a yellow flash, and I'm not talking about Minato, Kizaru shows up and shines a high beam right into Zoro's chest. Drops. Now as Zoro is laying on the ground, there's this glowing size 13 ready to end our master swordsman's life. Zoro, unable to avoid the attack of the Glint Glint fruit user, Robin steps in, gets Zoro out of the way for a split second, because it's hard to avoid someone that can move at the speed of light. But just when we thought it was over for my man Zoro, the Dark King Rayleigh steps in. So Usopp grabs Zoro and they hightail it out of there. But as they're trying to get away, Senthomaru commands PX1 to end Zoro. And this PX1 is doing everything in its power to finish Zoro off. But thanks to his crewmates, he's able to endure PX1 as the real Bartholomew Kuma shows up and commands PX1 to stand down. Thank God. Then Kuma, Bible in hand, starts to take off his glove and is looking Zoro dead in his face. If you could take a vacation, where would you like to go? And just like that, poof, Kuma Houdini Zoro. Nobody knows where he is. Talk about having my heart pounding. There's so much going on in this arc. But now, let us rank the battle. Fight difficulty, S tier. We've already seen Zoro struggle against Bartholomew Kuma. And then we saw the crew struggle against PX4 Kuma. The fights don't get any easier. In this one, no different. And he's already heavily wounded from the escapade of Thriller Bark, and then the icing on the cake, taking all of Luffy's pain and exhaustion head first. S tier. Story impact, S tier. This is but a taste of what the new world will be like for the Straw Hat. This new up-and-coming crew that is making a big name for itself finds themselves at an impasse, gridlocked, can't go further, and Zoro sees that, and it's eating him away as he still tries to fend off this PX from his crewmates. Power displayed, S tier. We saw Zoro unleash a 600 caliber Phoenix. Couldn't put PX4 down. Zoro had to open up his secret technique, Ashura, 9 demon flashes, to put a little dent into PX4. Strategic depth. I'm gonna have to give this an S tier. Throughout this fight, Zoro is fatigued, and it's showing, and he knows it, and he's expressing that to his crew. Like, listen, yes, we got one down, but if another one shows up, our goose is cooked. So that level of survival where he goes, we need to run, that's the maturity we're starting to see. That's the logic we're starting to see from Zoro. Okay? He's starting to put 2 and 2 together. Hey, this fight ain't for us. We gotta bounce. And we have to rank Zoro's first L after Mihawk's S rank. And I'm truly thankful for you all tuning in. But as always, I'm Good Luck Chuck. This is Luck Studios. Stay lucky, my friends.